Need something. Is this take two? This is take two. Well, welcome everyone to our social event to build a community. Today is Thursday, November 14th, and we're so glad that you're here. We have three chapters that sponsor this event. We have the IIBA Bluegrass, the Southeast Michigan, and the Chicagoland. So we try to make this a fun event where we get to know each other, make new friends. We talk recipes. We have a theme, and this time's theme, I will hold off and give that to somebody else. And we also typically play an agile game and then have a lot more recipes. So we're super excited that you're all here today. And who would like to announce what our theme is and talk about it?
Go,
Well,
Marcy.
I
Marci.
don't know if anyone can guess from the background what the theme might be.
Labor Day.
It's
Labor Day. Yeah, there is a lot
Summer.
of labor affiliated with this holiday for some of us. So that's
That's
partially
Yeah,
true.
just look
true.
I'll give
True.
partial credit there, but does anyone else have a guess?
Just look behind Gina and you can probably figure it out.
It's Candle Day.
It's candle.
Campbell Day.
Candle.
Oh, hump day. That was
And there's the
yesterday.
cornucopia that might have something to do with it. Boy, I thought this would be so easy.
It is
Well, if you
easy.
haven't figured it out, we're discussing Thanksgiving and how thankful we are for various things and how thankful we are for all of you for joining us again as our last one this year. And then we'll have one next, obviously our quarterly ones next year as well. We'll talk about that later. But to start out, I wanted to give you a little bit of background about Thanksgiving. Obviously, we've already ascertained that both Canada and the United States celebrate it, although at different times. For the United States, the background comes from the Pilgrims. And way back, way back, way back, they had the first Thanksgiving between the people that settled in our northeast. I had to do the shores in my mind. And the natives, and I believe, let me look at my notes because I'm going to mispronounce this. The natives in that area were the Wampanoag group people.
Something like
That's
that.
the Native American. I probably said that wrong. And they came together to celebrate. They had been helping the settlers, who many of them had scurvy and all kinds of things when they came off the ship because their nutrition was bad. And as they settled, they actually became friends with this tribe, and they helped them learn how to cultivate things like the corn behind Aaron and various things. And they had the first celebration. Now, do we really think they had turkey at that first celebration?
No.
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 No,
Probably
they actually
not.
sent people out to harvest different fowl, and I have several different articles, including one from the history.com history channel, and they actually said in here a couple things that I would not have thought of. They said that did you know lobster, seals, and swans were on the Pilgrims menu? Because think about it, they were on the coast, and the natives ate stuff like that.
Wow.
Obviously, they also did some of the fowl like geese and stuff like that, but they did not have turkeys. They did have plants and stuff, but the spices were Indian spices, not necessarily what you and I would eat. So it's the same idea, and it was a spirit of thankfulness and getting together and feasting, but it was different than what we've morphed it into today. Now, for a long period of time, there were periodic Thanksgivings during those early years, but it wasn't until much later in the United States that it became a holiday. And believe it or not, the holiday kind of started and stopped. They called for the holiday. I have to look at my notes again because I can't memorize all this. The first Thanksgiving, like I said, was 1621, so it's a long time ago. The second one that they had recorded was 1623. Then the Continental Congress, after the Revolution, designated one or more days of Thanksgiving, and that was in 1789 when George Washington issued the first Thanksgiving proclamation. And he wanted Americans to express their gratitude for the happy conclusion to the War of Independence and the ratification of the Constitution. His successors also did days of thanks during their presidencies. In 1817, New York was the first of several states to officially adopt an annual Thanksgiving. They did it on different days, though. And the American South was unfamiliar with the tradition. In 1827, this is a part that I didn't know that I found fascinating. In 1827, noted magazine editor and prolific writer Sarah Josepha Hale, who did Mary Had a Little Lamb. So she's the one who wrote that.
Wow.
Launched a campaign to establish Thanksgiving as a national holiday. For 36 years, she published numerous editorials and sent scores of letters to governors, senators, presidents, and politicians, earning her the nickname Mother of Thanksgiving. Abraham Lincoln was the one who finally heeded her request in 1863 during the Civil War in a proclamation to ask all Americans to ask God to, quote, commend to his tender care all of those who have become widows, orphans, mourners, or sufferers in the lamentable civil strife, and to heal the wounds of the nation. He scheduled Thanksgiving for the final Thursday in November. It was celebrated on that day every year until 1939, and this is where we start the start-stop, when Franklin D. Roosevelt moved the holiday up a week to try to get retail sales during the Great Depression. Roosevelt's plan, known derisively as Franksgiving, was met with opposition, and in 1941, the president reluctantly signed a bill making it the fourth Thursday in November, which is where it is today.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Did
that
not
is a
know.
brief, but I thought it was a little bit interesting. I did not know about the Mother of Thanksgiving. That I found fascinating. It's not something that's taught in school for sure. And I didn't realize that it was done kind of individually by states for some period of time, and that it was at different times. And then it finally was moved to Thursdays, and it kind of went back and forth a little bit. So that's my lesson learned for today. And hopefully you guys found it a little bit interesting as well.
Very
Wow.
cool, Marci. Thanks.
You're welcome.
It was interesting.
I was shocked. I mean, and I found overlap. So the things that I told you, I did verify with 2 or 3 sources because I'd never heard them before and wanted to make sure I wasn't saying something wrong. But I saw it in Wikipedia. I saw it in, like I said, the Smithsonian. I saw it on the History Channel. But some of that stuff I had never heard. I knew that it had become a holiday and it was the fourth Thursday, but I didn't know that it had been moved up because of the Depression. So there were a lot of nuances that I thought were kind of intriguing. So I accepted my assignment and did my homework.
Yes,
Did I pass?
but you haven't told us since when we started eating turkey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good question.
That's a good question. And to be honest, I did not find a specific answer to that. It was one of those things that there were lots of speculations, but no specific date or anything. So I don't want to say because I never found an answer to that.
When
If
did
anybody
the
knows an answer, please tell me.
when did the president start pardoning the turkeys?
Oh,
Oh, I had that. Let me see if I can find it again real quick.
is that on the quiz? Like, do I need to pay attention so that way I can
Oh, sorry.
on the game?
Sorry.
Is this like a game
So-
thing? Okay.
I'm really curious.
A
I
fast
remember that as a kid.
A fast Google search says that people started the tradition of eating turkey for Thanksgiving dates back to 1621 autumn
Wow.
harvest feast.
And the pardoning
Hold it. That's
started.
when the Pilgrims and the Indians, they didn't have turkey. So I don't think
It
that's
looks
correct.
much
They
like
might
Google.
have. They might have.
Didn't you say swans? They were eating, sadly,
Yes.
they were eating swans.
Swans
And
and,
seals.
and lobster.
and seals and lobster.
Wow.
Wow.
They
I'm
had
okay with the
lobster.
seals, not so much the swans.
I want to go back to a lobster Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I would like that too. I'm getting different answers on the turkeys. Apparently, there's a couple. Apparently, from what I've read in a couple sources, the first person to spare a turkey was actually Abraham Lincoln. And that is because his son Tad grew so close to a turkey that was going to become Christmas dinner that he named him Jack and led him around on a leash like a pet.
Oh my word.
Listening to
Aw.
Tad's plea to spare the turkey from his culinary fate, the great emancipator granted a reprieve and freed the bird.
Oh
Oh,
my
A
word.
decade later, President Ulysses S. Grant began to send plump turkeys to the White House for Thanksgiving and continued doing that until his death in 1913. And in 1946, the National Turkey Federation did that, of presenting presidents with turkeys.
Wow.
Now,
Who knew?
what it sounds like from here is that President George H.W. Bush first officially pardoned one in a ceremony at the Rose Garden on November 17th, 1989. But it sounds like
Oh,
there have been, kind of like Thanksgiving itself, there have been people who've done it here and there. But the first official where it became like yearly was with George W.H. Bush. Kennedy pardoned a turkey. John F. Kennedy was one.
who knew?
So George
He pardoned the turkey at a ceremony at the White House in 1960. Well, the picture shows 1962 and the text says 1963. So somewhere in there.
Wow.
Have you guys ever eaten a wild turkey?
I have not.
I have
There.
not.
No, but
Horrible.
I never saw a turkey. I like turkey.
We've had one that we hunted, we shot, and it was awful.
Oh,
Really?
It's a
I
real
wonder if it's because of
gamey-
what it
Is
eats.
it tough?
Yeah, it's
Very
what it
tough?
eats. It wasn't real tough. It's just that it was gamey tasting.
Ah.
Mm.
Ew.
not
Which-
tough, baby.
Yeah, it was not something that I would want to do again.
So I've
If
never
I was hungry
eaten
enough.
wild turkey, but I've drank it.
Oh, valid point.
Ah,
I knew we'd
There's
get
a
the alcohol
bourbon.
in here somehow.
For those of you not in Kentucky, there's a bourbon called Wild Turkey.
That is true.
We always seem to get some kind of adult beverage in part of this.
is
Nothing
it
wrong
I
with
knew
it.
it was coming sometime.
Well, there is an adult beverage in the recipe book, so and
Yeah.
it's a big adult beverage. I'll put it that way, just in case.
We're
Do
thankful.
you guys
for
hear like a
most eaters.
party going on somewhere? I hear a bunch of people talking.
It's got to be Aaron with his wild turkey. He's
I am the only one here. It is definitely not me.
Not mine. It's just me and Button, and she's now sleeping now that she ate. So
so the turkeys we usually buy from the supermarket or grocery store,
Mhm.
they are farm turkeys.
Right. Farm
Yeah.
raised. Right.
I cooked a couple of times of turkey, but I never knew how to cook it as tender as the Costco's roast chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the
Any
bag. The
tip?
bag's the secret.
mhm.
And
The
don't
other
forget to pull the
thing,
giblets out.
I was just at a class last night with a restaurateur in my neighborhood who did a turkey seminar for us for an hour, and then he fed us, and it was wonderful. So I had an early turkey dinner last night, and it was great. But one of the things he said that I found fascinating is think about like when you go in the bathtub, how you shrivel up and whatever. He says your turkey's the same way. All of the moisture and stuff goes down to the bones because it's trying to warm the bird up.
oh,
So what you're wanting to do is you need to cook the turkey, understand that the breast and stuff at the time you're cooking it is going to dry out, but you need to let it rest. He said at least an hour, and he proved it to us. He did it in front of us. He had one that he had cooked and he had it sit for an hour. And before he had it sit, he tilted the pan and you could see all the liquid was in the bottom. None of it was in the turkey. When it sat, the turkey reabsorbed that liquid because it was no longer trying to keep the bones warm. It was trying to warm up the whole bird. So just like our fingers quit being puckered from being in the bathtub, it went back into the turkey.
Oh
He
wow!
said, then you cut it after the juice is no longer on the tray, and he held up the tray and there was no water in it anymore. That's when he cut it, and then he put it in a pan, and he said you put it back in the oven for like 5 minutes at the most, at like 300 degrees to warm it up, and you serve it, and it will be moist that way. He said, but if you serve it immediately, think about all that water that's in the bottom of the tray. That's the liquid from your turkey.
oh wow.
And he proved it to us. And I had never heard that, never learned that. And we ate his turkey and it was phenomenal. I don't like white meat on turkey because it tends to be too dry for me. He purposely, he's a friend of mine. He's my age and he's had this restaurant for 24 years. And Dave came up to me and he goes, I'm making you eat my white turkey breast. And I looked at him, I went, you know I like dark meat. And he goes, you're going to like this and you're going to eat it. This is the same man that made me eat Brussels sprouts that I hate. I will only eat his, no one else's. I can eat his Brussels sprouts. His white meat turkey was fabulous, and it was not dry.
Really?
And he did not
Fun.
baste. He did not insert anything into it. He literally put salt, pepper, a couple spices on the skin and stuck it in the oven.
Wow.
Wow.
Really?
He also said if
Who
you
knew?
cover it with a foil,
We lost you.
Oh,
We
Oh, wait.
lost you. We got to hear
Wait.
this trick.
Yeah.
yeah.
why did it
Wait.
mute me? That's
I
weird.
don't
I
know.
wasn't
Say it
touching
again, though. We want to hear.
What he said, if you put it in foil or whatever, is
Yeah.
again, you're sealing all that thing in. You're creating a steam bath. So you're taking out the fluid faster. And that's how you burn the chicken breast and make it so dry that it can't reabsorb the fluids.
Really?
Ooh.
So what did he cook his turkey? I mean, did he cover
He
the
had
turkey?
it in a big roasting pan, and he just literally had it in the pan, and he cooked it low and slow, he said.
Nothing
and
over
based
the
on-
turkey. No,
Yep.
no foil, no bet. Wow.
He told us no foil, and he said definitely don't foil it. He said foil is the worst thing to do. And he said make sure
Damn.
you get it out of the bags and stuff because you want it to actually cook through. And keep in mind, it's cooking the bones. The bones getting hot is what radiates and cooks the rest of the turkey. And he said, think about it. He goes, the breast is going to be cooked pretty quickly. What you're actually trying to cook is the legs and stuff that stick outside the edge. He said to get them done, if you're actually using the tent and all that, you're going to over dry out the breast, which is probably why I've never liked the white meat that my grandma ever made. And I'll tell you when we get to blessings, I'll tell you one of my blessings and my memories. So
Aw.
anyway, it was a very interesting conversation. I've got some of his recipes, but he also
Wow.
showed us how to make gravy, and he did it in like 5 minutes, and it was amazing, and it was the best gravy I've ever had in my life. But he put carrots, onions, celery, and stock in it, and then believe it or not, he did it like a roux, like you would make for, a Cajun thing. He put a little flour in it, and he cooked that up. Then he started adding the stock broth. And then to thicken it, if it got too thin, he added cornstarch. He said, don't add any more flour because that makes the clumps that sit in your stomach and make you go insane. And he showed us all of this. And I mean, literally, he put this together because he had the stock, and he showed us. He used the stock, the chicken stock from Costco. He said, if you don't have time to boil the bones and stuff from like a Costco chicken and use that to make your stock, he goes, use this, and it works. And he did it all in front of us, and he made the gravy in literally 15 minutes, and it was the best gravy I've ever eaten in my life. And he said, if you have people that don't like vegetables, strain the vegetables out. They'll never know they were there. And I couldn't tell they were there even when I was eating pieces of carrot because he chopped them so fine. Anyway, that's my cooking lesson for the day. Have I done more than enough research now?
Very good, Marci.
Has anybody deep fried their turkey?
My brothers do.
Arby's has
scares
that
me.
now, and I'm dying to try it.
Dave
Arby's.
said that he has done that, and it is fantastic, but it's very hard, and it's you have to be very careful not to fry yourself.
My brothers love it.
Yeah, my ex-brother-in-law, every Christmas he would deep fry a turkey, and it was actually really, really good.
Did they infuse it with anything, or just like turkey with some salt and pepper and
just drop it in the fryer?
In that, I don't think you even season it. I think you just put it in the deep fryer. But Dave did say that is one of the ways you can do it where you don't have to worry about like letting it reabsorb the liquid and stuff. But he also said you have to be very careful to make sure it gets done enough, and you have to be very careful where you set it up so it doesn't burn anything. He said he did it once. Everyone loved it. But he said, I went back to doing my traditional way because it was still moist and good, and I didn't have to worry about burning the house down. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Deep frying, I wonder it would be difficult to get the inside the core to be well done. I wonder if they put in the oven in low temperature until the inside's done, the whole turkey is done before they deep fry. They fry it.
I don't think so.
Nope.
It's a huge deep fry vat, and they just fill it up with like
you dip it in
gallons of oil, and you just
You just
It's
it can't
huge.
be
It's like
frozen.
picture. I would picture like almost like a huge garbage can because it's really, really big and it's full of oil and they drop it down in it. I think that's the best way to describe it if you haven't seen one of those
Yeah.
kind of fryers, because it's not like your home fryer that you do your French fries in. It's big.
Yeah. Because
Huge.
if it's frozen at all, well, you know
Yeah,
how it is
not a
when you
good
No,
thing.
no,
when you
no.
put
You've got to have it fully thawed.
yeah, because you know how that is. You stick that in boiling grease,
Mayor
boiling oil.
Nick? Wow.
Yeah. So you can imagine how houses and garages get burnt down.
Well, he said when
Yeah.
he did it, he had it on his driveway, clear at the end of the driveway by the street.
Yeah.
He wanted to
Yeah.
make sure
You
he'd
definitely
never
want to
done it
do it
before. And he was so
outside.
paranoid that he did it way out in the street, and all the neighbors were going, "Oh, what are you doing, Dave? Are you
Yeah,
going
I'm
to feed him?"
sure.
He's
Can I
like,
have
"No."
some?
We're
Yeah,
coming
go
over
away.
for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh
Mhm.
my goodness.
Yeah, I've never had it before, but it looks awesome. That's what I was saying. Arby's is advertising that they have it for
I've been thinking
Thanksgiving.
about trying that, Bill, because I would never do the deep frying myself, but
Yeah.
boy, I'd like to try it.
I've always wanted to.
I don't know if
I
theirs would be a good example of it or not, but it's been
don't
tempting
know.
me.
How about in bonfire? Anyone will use
Ooh.
bonfire to
Bonfires?
grill or yes.
Oh,
That
like
might be
doing
kind
a
of
like
hard.
on a
Yeah.
spit.
On a spit.
Oh, on
Yeah,
a
You
they
almost
might
have to
spit.
do it on
Oh,
a
you want
rotisserie spit like
rotisserie.
you do the pig roasting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it in the
Wow.
ground? Is it in the ground where you create it and then you put the palms and stuff over it, or is it?
No.
Well, that's
Okay.
like
That's
clam
like
bake.
a Hawaiian
Okay.
That's like clam
Hawaiian
bake.
or a
Okay.
clam bake,
I
yeah.
remember when I
You
lived
could
in
do
North
it that way.
Carolina, we did the pig roastings, and it was like a spit that was over the
Yeah.
fire and it
Yeah.
rotated. I don't know how they did it. And
Uh-huh.
it was the full pig, and I know they had to do
Uh-huh.
it for hours and hours. I would imagine
Uh-huh.
you could use the same principle on a turkey, but I've
Sure.
never heard of anyone doing it, and I have no idea how you would do it.
Or a turducken. I want to try one of those.
Turducken.
Oh, yeah.
Turducken.
All the
I haven't had
stuffing.
one of
Yeah.
those.
Dave said it's really good, but it's a pain in the butt, and he would never do that again either. He
I
tried it
bet.
once because his wife asked for it.
Yeah, I imagine so. John Madden made it famous because he'd talk about it on Thanksgiving football, and they'd always have legs of turkey afterwards. But
Sounds good.
yeah,
Well, I propose that someone here makes it and we just go to their house. So, you know.
I agree.
That will
And
not
But
be
it's
and
a
it
me.
road
won't be
trip.
mine.
I don't actually even make turkey because it's only myself and my mom and my dad, and my dad's favorite is ham. So
Okay.
I make ham and chicken tetrazzini to go with it. So
That
Make it
works.
hybrid and I'll join it.
There you go. We just need a road trip. We need to do a road trip one of
We
these
do.
quarters. Everybody just meet in the middle somewhere. We'll have to figure out where the middle is.
that would be fun. Definitely.
Well, Erin, I know we were we've been having fun for an hour. What if we go ahead and I know we were going to talk about how people are giving back and all that kind of thing. Do we want to jump into the trivia? Because you worked hard on the trivia.
yeah.
Gentlemen.
Let's do the trivia.
Yeah, let's
Do
do
the
that.
trivia, and then
We're doing that.
and do the.
That later. And
Oh, do you want
we're
to
talking
do?
about food and everything? You want to do the recipes? now?
I can jump into recipes. You betcha. And if anybody has to leave, Leanne, I know you said you have to leave at 8, and Marci, I know you said you had to leave. We will send the recipes out.
Yeah,
To
I've got another
everybody.
hour, but then I've got Dad's phone call.
Yeah,
to
remember
call
her
my
8
mom.
is
I
our
keep
time.
forgetting your 8 is not my 8.
Yeah.
All right, now my mouse
I have
is
another
not
hour.
working. Okay, so
But
let me
Leanne's gonna
see.
It was great seeing you here, Leanne. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy
Yes.
your
Yes, and I hope you'll
Trump and
join
weather.
us next year when we have our next one in is it January? I think it was January.
Yes, January.
Sure, I hope I can join you. But you know, I have been attending Tampa Bay's IIBA chapter. So I'll
Sophia.
see the schedule. Yeah, I know
Oh, good.
Norman. Norman's not attending tonight, but he sent me your event details. That's
Oh,
why
good.
I'm
Norman
here.
had to take a child to the doctor, so he sent
Oh.
regrets. He was signed up, but last minute unable to come, but I'm sure he
I
sends his
see.
hellos. Told me to tell everyone hi for him.
Yes, he didn't tell me. Thank you for having me.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Leanne. We look forward to
Nice
having
to
you
meet
next
you.
time too.
Yes,
That's
it's a
right.
nice socialization. Bye.
Hi,
Bye.
Beverly, as well. I see
Bye.
in chat that you have to leave us as well. So
Yeah, I have to
Oh,
head out as well. But thank you, everyone. It's
hey,
been great.
we will send the
And
recipe. We will send the recipes out, Beverly, so you'll get all the yummies.
okay, thank you. I'm just more happy to be here with everyone else and sharing and talking. So happy
Aw,
Thanksgiving, happy Christmas, happy New Year, and all that good stuff if I don't
absolutely.
see you guys. All right, take care.
Absolutely. And
absolutely.
thank you.
Good
February.
I
seeing
feel
you,
the same. This
Beverly.
has become friends. So
All right,
I know.
bye-bye.
Fun.
Beverly, you're always welcome here.
yep.
Thank you, thank you.
This is Friendsgiving.
Oh, there you go. No, no
Friendsgiving.
kidding. No kidding. Well, this time I grouped it by person because I was having difficulty trying to see how I wanted to group everything. So, Aaron, I'm starting you out with nothing better than garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah.
Pete's, does that sound awesome? I mean,
Oh God, I'm hungry now.
we can
I haven't
just
had dinner
stop
yet.
there. Oh, by the way, there might be a little turkey and gravy on the side, but this one sounded awesome. And I especially like I love anything with garlic in it, garlic powder, garlic anything. The white pepper is an interesting one. I like that. And anything with cheese, yeah, just not a problem.
You're hitting all the
So
buttons, Aaron. I
Yeah.
want some.
absolutely. So that was awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
So,
I
Cathy,
have to ask people, do people like mashed potatoes like it looks in the picture, or do they like dirty mashed potatoes?
dirty?
I.e.,
What?
you leave the skins on.
Oh,
Dirty.
yeah.
I like it either way.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
not
take it
picky.
either way.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn it
Ditto.
away.
I like my mother-in-law's who's no longer around, and I can't quite make them the same way she did. I regret not staring at her when she was making them. They were just served in abundance, and
In abundance. And they were gone before you knew it.
So,
So,
Cathy,
Aaron, yes,
you like anything with garlic in it, so you're not worried about vampires.
I am not. No, no, they need to be my friend if they're
Yeah,
going to come
that is
here
the
because
upside.
we do have the garlic. Nothing
Me
better.
too.
Nothing better. And then, well, we just jumped to desserts.
Ah,
So
Oh,
spiced pumpkin. I love this. And I tell you, this cream cheese frosting just sounded amazing. I never thought about making a cream cheese frosting spiced by putting ground cloves. That is really going to be my
and you're hitting this
go-to.
Morton Pumpkin Capital girl's heart with all the pumpkin. Yay!
And I like it this way because it's I have not done this. This sounds so good though. A yellow cake mix and then you put the vanilla instant pudding to make it super yummy
that
and
does,
I've
and I
done
delicious.
bet it's
instant
real.
pudding in cookies, and it makes it
Oh,
so,
in the cookies, does it make it super soft?
Yeah.
yeah, it makes them really chewy. I've
Oh,
never tried it in
There you
cookies,
Smart.
so that's
go.
a good.
okay.
it's
Oh, we're gonna have
delicious.
to be baking this weekend now.
That's so smart.
So those were yummy. And then this one was just to die for, Aaron.
Oh,
Salted caramel. Just stop right there. I have never made caramel. I have made candy with the candy thermometer, but I've never made caramel. And I've been watching cooking shows lately, so I gotta try caramel. But these just sounded yum. Just
oh,
yum.
I'm
I
drooling
just
big time. Can you
Well,
tell?
it's just the picture. I need to make a full screen of this picture because it just looked yummy. So again, Aaron, thank you.
We
I
need
My
do
weight.
know you
smellographics,
make,
so I'd like to smell those too.
I do know you make chocolate because your Buckeyes
I
are
I do.
Mm.
I do. I will be
about
doing my
that time of
Buckeyes.
year.
It is. I do the Buckeyes. You got to get me to Thanksgiving. I have to have my tree up and then I'll make Buckeyes. Buckeyes are made before Christmas cards are even
Oh,
contemplated. So
Well, Button loved
Um,
hers last year, and I love mine.
and I can do some
my
without
order
the
in.
chocolate. Yes, put your order in now. Put it in chat. Tell me. We will send out a message to everybody on here if anyone would like some Buckeyes. I will take orders
Ooh,
and send them
delicious.
on the Buckeye bisques. Then Marci, I know you have shared this before, and this is so yummy. I don't know if you have to tell me if I sectioned this properly
Yes.
with the cracker mix. So you mix the oil, the dill, the garlic salt, and the ranch together
To
to make
it
like a
like
drizzle.
a drizzle that you put over it, and then you put it over the oyster crackers and mix it so that it coats it. And
Now, do
then
you bake them? Do you bake
yes.
them or just let them?
No, you bake them at, I think, I forgot to put that in. Bake it at
Oh,
like
okay.
350 for I'll have
Okay,
to
I'll
double
add
check,
that.
but
All right,
yeah,
send that to me because I was
I
thinking, I'm
will.
like,
Yeah.
wow, is that a? That's what I couldn't remember because I know you've talked about this before. So yeah, send me that and I'll add that in.
Yeah.
But
I have a
Actually, with this one, I think you do. I'll double check with Mom. I think this one you just stir it, but
oh,
I have one
okay,
that you actually have to cook, and that uses different things. So
okay. Gina, have you done this too?
I had an aunt, she passed away a couple of years ago, but she would make these like anytime there's a family gathering, and that's really good. Hers, she baked as well,
She
so
baked them
I
too.
think it's in the oven for at like 300 for like 40 minutes, but you stir every 10 minutes, and as they get brown, you get them out of there. So
yeah, just to get them
Uh,
toasty.
yeah,
just
I think I
oh
forgot to
man.
put that step, so I'll double check that
Yeah.
step and
Okay.
send it to you.
Yeah, no problem. Just send that to me and I'll put it in
Yep.
before we send it out. But too yummy. And then of course, cran apple punch. So good.
And yes, you can
Um,
spike this. Amaretto goes really good in this, just to let you know.
oh, that would be yummy. Yeah, do you just have to stop with amaretto? I'm right there.
With the
That's
stick
That's
of
it.
what I
cinnamon.
spike it with when it's spiked, but I
Some
wanted this to be
bourbon.
family friendly, so I didn't put it on here.
Bourbon,
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Nice
Yep,
rum.
that would work too.
rum could
Rum.
do, little spice
Yeah,
rum.
all the
There we
above.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness
Little
gracious.
little wild turkey in there.
yeah, yeah.
What I do with this, just to let you know, the note about the crock pot, I will put everything in it in the morning and let it simmer on low setting all day because that blends all the spices and stuff into it, and then
Mm-hmm.
serve it that night, and your house will smell
Smells
phenomenal.
wonderful. I can only
But if
imagine.
you're trying to do it fast, you could do it, in a pan on the stove and heat it up real quick. But if you do it all day, everything merges so nicely, and that's the way I always do it. I have not done it on a stove in probably 10 years. I always do it in the crock pot.
Oh my goodness.
How about the
Okay.
microwave?
You could do it
Yeah,
there too.
The glass at
Well,
a time.
I
if you
want the
have no
instant.
patience,
Yes.
Phil has no
No,
patience.
I want it now.
Well, see, you have
Too
to do this
yummy.
before you go to Black Friday shopping or whatever so that it's cooking while you're gone.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And you have talked about this pecan chip pie. So yeah, this was awesome.
I've also changed this. This is my mom's recipe. The only change I have made to it, because I'm a chocoholic, I use an Oreo crust.
Oh, yum.
Ooh, that would be delicious.
Yum.
And you can get the store-bought Oreo crust just like you can an unbaked pastry shell. So that's the swap I made because it needs to be completely chocolate for me. And Mom now likes my version better than hers, but I always, when I'm attributing it to her, I do her version, which is the unbaked
Oh,
pastry shell. But the Oreo crust is fantastic with it.
oh wow.
And I
That
serve it
would be
with
good.
either Cool Whip or ice cream on top while it's still hot. So,
Or both.
or
Oh,
both, yeah.
or yeah, why stop with one? Let's just do it both. Oh
Oh,
my goodness. Yeah, this was
This is my
just
favorite
yum.
dessert. We don't do cherry or pumpkin at Thanksgiving. We always do this one. And we'll have the other ones as well, but everyone in our family eats this one first, and then we have leftover pumpkin and cherry and apple for the next few days. Let's put it this way. The pecan chip is always gone.
Oh, I
Oh
bet.
wow. I could imagine. Wow. Now, have you ever made them like the mini ones?
Yes.
Oh, that would be dangerous because they would just be poppable.
They
Just
are, and you end
pop.
up eating way too many of them. At
Yeah,
least
and
when you have it as a pie, you know what your portion size is, because when you eat those little ones, they go down really, really easily.
oh my gosh. So thank you, Marci. That one was too yummy. And then Norman sent in a vinaigrette, and this just sounds really cool.
It's intriguing. I
So I just
found
threw
it
it out.
intriguing. Let's put it
I
that
really
way.
haven't read it. So you put all the, oh, and there's eggs. What do you do with the eggs?
Now, is it chunky then? Like I
That's
think
what
of a
I
vinaigrette as it
think so.
blended. Is it, you think blended so it's not so chunky?
don't know. When the vegetables and eggs are done, cut them into small pieces.
It says
Russian
smaller
Jewish
pieces, but it
immigrants
doesn't say
believe the
anything about
smaller
blending it. So I think it's more like
smaller
a
pieces,
chunky,
Like
more
chunky,
like
just a really chopped up kind of thing.
right?
yeah.
Or a stick blender in it at the
Oh,
last minute to get
sorry.
it.
And microwave the peas. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
That would be me.
I guess you want them really smushy. Smushy. I'm
That's
just trying to figure out, put the eggs on top of the carrots. Cover with water. Wow. I don't know. He needs to send a picture. I want a
Mhm.
picture of this.
right.
I feel like the
Visual look
title
good.
doesn't match the recipe.
Well, I know vinaigrette, I'm thinking like a dressing. So when I saw the title, I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. And then I saw the ingredients list and I'm like,
Thinking of it's more
I
like
need a picture.
what
Maybe
is
it's
There's
that
not
they put
vinaigrette
on
potatoes or something.
It's got to be like when you say small pieces, it's got to be like microscopic.
it's
Like
got to
for
be
me, I
very
Right.
like
finely chopped. I'm thinking
yeah,
of
Finely chopped.
finely
giardiniera or
chopped.
something like that. I'm saying it wrong. Like the
I know what you mean, the
giardiniera
bigger,
or that kind of
yes,
thing. I'm thinking it's more
giardiniera.
along those lines.
Huh.
But I'm not sure. I wish he were here to ask because he said sorry he couldn't be here, but here's the recipe. And I'm going, I have questions. I'm a business analyst.
Well, he's gonna have some questions to answer next time
Yep.
because we
Yep.
all want to see this one in practice, but it definitely sounds yummy. Anything with red potatoes, I love. Awesome,
And
awesome.
olive oil. Yum.
Okay,
So,
so
Ooh.
based on Google, a
oh,
Russian, because I saw a keyword in there
yeah,
that Russian
Russian.
Okay.
immigrants like this one.
Yeah.
A Russian vinaigrette is like a salad of like potatoes, really finely chopped things.
Oh,
So I
Oh.
think that's what this might be. I don't,
Okay.
Norman, if you have
That
an
makes
answer,
Maybe there
sense.
was a
but
word missing. Russian
yeah,
bread.
Russian vinaigrette. Yeah, that would make the difference.
Well, that
Thank
may
you,
be what the
Gina.
bottom where it says yeah, not, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he calls it Russian Jewish. Well, no, Russian Jewish immigrants believe that the smaller the pieces, the better the vinaigrette. So, well,
Sounds
excellent.
delicious.
It
Mhm.
does. And it sounds kind of healthy too, which
I'm
is
thinking the eggs must
amazing
be
that
like
I'm
hard
kind of
boiled
healthy.
eggs and then you chop them up after they're done. I don't know. I don't see how you would just put it in there and
I don't know. When it
yeah,
says
because
put
you put
eggs
the
on top of
potatoes,
carrots.
yeah, and then put the water on to boil. So yeah, I
that's
definitely
why I think it's
so.
almost got to be in the eggshell still, I hope. I don't know.
Oh, good point. That's true. Yeah. Um,
Like I said, I'm
well,
a business
well,
analyst. I have questions. The next time I talk to him, I'm going to go, okay, I have questions.
cut
We need
into
to do a
small pieces.
decomposition of this recipe like we've done with some of the others.
Yes. Future event.
Gonna
There's a
re-engineer
missing step called peel the hard-boiled eggs. Because do you put the shells in it?
There
Did they
you
want
go.
the crunch?
Oh,
I
well,
don't
There you go.
know.
so
Remember when we did that run recipe thing where we took a recipe and
Oh, that
it
was
ended up being like
funny.
all kinds of crazy
Yeah,
things?
that was
That was
funny.
that
That was
I
funny.
could see
This
this one heading that direction.
Yep.
Okay, Norman,
Yep.
we need a picture. We got to ask Norman for a
Oh, I
picture.
put a picture in the chat according to
Oh,
Google.
sweet. I will pull that in. Thank you.
Oh, cool. It's
Can you
pretty.
guys see it?
I can. It's pretty.
okay.
All
I didn't
righty.
know that was a thing. It does look really good.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'll pull
We
that
learn
picture in
something
and
every
I'll put
time we
it
meet,
here.
don't we?
There you go. All these things to try. Okay, so the two I put in, are in honor of my my mother-in-law who passed this year, and my father who is going on 20 years without my dad. So cranberry salad. This luckily I got her to write it down. This was like the end all be all. It's not Thanksgiving unless you have cranberry salad. And I'll tell you, the first time I ever made this, I think the funnest part of this recipe is boiling the fresh cranberries because they pop.
Yeah,
And it's like popcorn.
really?
It's like
I've
pop,
never
pop,
done
pop, pop,
fresh.
pop, 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 pop. And when that stops popping, if it stops popping before the 8 minutes, they're still done. But yeah, that was my funnest thing. I
So then
do
how do you get are there seeds in them? I can't remember if there are. I think there are, aren't there?
no.
No
Well,
seeds in cranberries?
if they are, we eat them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Like I said, I've
It's
never used fresh, and I've got a recipe from Dave that he gave me last night for cranberry sauce that I have to try.
yeah, but it's I mean I just I rinse them and then throw them in the hot the boiling water and sugar, and then they immediately start popping. I will tell you, cranberries do spit, so do not wear white while making this
yeah.
unless you want to have that little speckled effect.
That's
Unless
funny.
you're changing your shirt to be speckled red.
Yeah. And
Okay.
when it spits, it's very hot. Go figure. Boiling water and sugar is hot. Little hot. Um, you can put in as much celery and pecans as you like. Uh, so I think more is better. The lemon jello mix just gives it a nice tang and helps it get that jello consistency going on. And the crushed pineapple, this is like the ingredient you can't figure out when you eat it, but it does not taste right unless you have it. So I squeeze the pineapple really, really dry, just so I'm not adding more liquid. But it's super easy. So I mean, I'll do this the night before. I mean, it honestly it takes about the longest thing it is the chopping the celery and chopping the pecans. Everything else goes super quick, but super easy. It makes a ton. You'll have it, and um, I'll be honest, when you start doing your leftovers, I throw this on my sandwiches instead of any kind of mayo or anything like that.
That sounds good. Yeah.
So it's yummy, yummy, yummy. So this is Mark's mom's favorite recipe. And then for my dad, not truly a Thanksgiving thing to consume on Thanksgiving, but tradition in my household. My parents had Christmas parties, usually like the weekend before Christmas, and the preparation began the night of Thanksgiving. And the biggest thing that you had to prepare was the glove. So just like you said, Marci, when you do your cranberry punch, that your house smells wonderful. Well, when you have 6 quarts
Oh my
of
gosh.
burgundy and 6 quarts of sherry, and you have a mega pot on your stove. Whenever you felt like you had a cold or a bit of a sore throat from Thanksgiving to Christmas, you just put a little towel over your head and just breathe deep.
Inhaled the glove.
Just breathe deep.
Oh,
But
wow.
on the day of, as if this isn't enough, because you're basically ruin off all the alcohol. So on the day of, you got to add in a little more punch. So you add in brandy and golden raisins on the day of. So we did it. My parents had a big, huge glass punch bowl. And of course, my dad had trinkets for every possible thing. So he had a heating element that he would put in the bottom of the punch bowl, and so it was warm. And as a kid, didn't really care for warm drinks and really didn't care for alcohol. So I never partook. I love the smell, did not want to drink. But now, yeah, whew, yum, yum. So this
I'm
is this,
drooling.
yeah, yeah. And I tell you, the things that pack the punch are at the end of the weekend of Christmas parties. any remaining golden raisins are truly a wonderful, wonderful thing to enjoy. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So with that, I will add in, oh, thank you, Gina. I will put that in, that picture of that Russian vinaigrette. So if Gina or Bill, if you guys have any favorite recipes you want to share, you can throw them in chat, or throw me or throw Aaron or Steph an email, and I will add them in, and we will send you guys this recipe book like we always do. One of these times we have to meet and make. We have to bake one of these times. We really have to be in person. So what do you have, Gina?
Everybody to Cathy's house.
There you go.
That's funny.
I have a recipe. It's not mine, so I will send the recipe from the site because I want to give credit where credit's due. But I found it last year and I love it, and it's one I'll make every year now. I'm a huge chai fan, but it's a brown butter and chai cookie. So it's very like warm, toasty with those chai flavors, and the brown butter makes it a little nutty. So it's like a little more than just a sugar cookie. They were so good. I made them for people last year for Christmas, and then I had to make another batch because I ate all the ones that I was supposed to give to the other people. They were really good. So,
I can't wait to try
wonderful.
that.
Soft and chewy.
Yeah, they're soft and chewy. But they're just like really warm flavored with like your cinnamon and your clove and your nutmeg and your cardamom, all those chai spices. Oh, it's really good.
So can we put our orders in?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
No, we get the recipe. Got to do it yourself.
Yeah. Now, Bill, you always have fun recipes. What's a favorite Thanksgiving?
So here's the funny thing. So Thanksgiving, I spend for the last several years running like crazy because we go up to Chicago, and then we start out we'll start the night before. Usually we'll make it the night before because it's about a 5-hour drive up to Libertyville. We'll go there. We help everyone. My parents have a big party for the extended family. So we'll help get everything set up. I don't even bother I stay away from the kitchen part. Just because it's chaos in there, right? So I keep all the relatives entertained and the football game on, and so I don't ever get to cook anything. So we eat, do a partial cleanup, and then it's a mad dash to Rockford to go to my in-laws, where we have another Thanksgiving dinner with that side of the family.
Oh God.
Yeah, so we've done this now and then we usually finish it all off with a billiards tournament because they have a pool table. And it's usually too cold to go outside and do anything anyways, right? So yeah. So I guess moral of the story is I don't really have any recipes. I just have some desserts that I know I really like, but I don't have the recipes.
We can always use desserts, believe me.
I'm telling you, I've got this Aunt Patty, my Aunt Patty. She lives in Highland Park and she's got the most killer. It's like a pudding pie. Oh, it's so good. I don't even know what's in it. It's got I don't know. We always look forward to this. Really look forward to it.
Now I want that recipe.
I'm telling you.
Get the recipe from her.
Yeah.
I might have it.
Oh, there we go. We're all excited.
Our eyes are all big. Okay.
I think I did get it. I remember my wife saying, "Hey, I have Aunt Patty's recipe." Hang on one second. Let me go ask. I might have it.
Oh, cool. He's seriously gonna go ask.
Going to ask.
Because he's got me drooling just for the couple descriptions he gave. Yum.
Well, we are running a little bit behind and everything in time, so I did want to move to our next section, in which we talk about what are we thankful for, and also how do you give back, and that. And so I'm very thankful that there are charities in our society that take care of the underprivileged and that, and I'm really about the children and that. So I've been given to the St. Jude Children's Hospital
Perfect.
for many years and that, and have upped it. You know, I'm way beyond the $19 a month that they ask for. That's what I started out with, but now I give them more each month than that and that. So another charity I give to is the Kentucky United Methodist Children's Home. So this is here in Kentucky. They have a couple of campuses here in Kentucky. So I grew up United Methodist, which is a Protestant religion. You know, we're offshoot of the Roman Catholics.
Aaron, I am too.
And
I didn't know anyone else who was United Methodist. Wow.
So this is very, you know, United Methodist and that, and they take kids of all ages and everything. And the really nice thing is, you don't just age out at 18 like, you know, foster care and things of that nature. You know, they keep the adults and, you know, they care for those that are coming from broken homes and have challenges in life and set them up for success and get many of them to go to college and all kinds of things. So they make a real difference and make, you know, very sustainable young adults that would never have been if they had gone along their normal trajectory. And then one is more recent than that, probably been giving it to them for 3 or 4 years now, is, you know, really thank and very thankful for those that have given to protect this nation. And, you know, a way to give back to them is the Wounded Warrior Project. I know there was a lot of stuff that came out a couple years ago about, you know, misappropriation of funds and everything. So I had questions and everything, but I never did stop, you know, giving to them. And that I suspect some of the money is making it to, you know, the warriors. So those are ways that I give back to the community and that. And so I'm very thankful for these organizations and the way that they help the underprivileged and those that have been hurt in our society. Anybody want to add on? Anybody?
I put some in chat. One that I really like, well, a couple. There's several. I do Wounded Warrior as well, by the way, and I do St. Jude's as well. So we're and I do the Methodist one as well. So we're alike in those. But I also had an experience with Make-A-Wish when I was on a cruise with my parents several years back. There was a girl on the cruise that it was being funded by Make-A-Wish. She was near the end of life, and her last dream was to have a fabulous vacation. And it so happened that this girl was at our, and her family was at our table. And so we got to know the family. And I took several pictures of the family and stuff, and the cruise photographer did as well and whatnot. The last day of the cruise, we saw a helicopter leaving the ship. The child died that time. But what was amazing to me and what sealed it home for me, besides getting to know this family, is the parents came back to the ship, and I'm going to cry, I'm sorry, as we were docking the next day to find my parents and I and thank us for making their daughter's wish come true and for being so wonderful and receptive to helping them. And they wanted to thank us. And I thank them for the blessing of being part of their journey and allowing us in. And I could not believe they came back to us. But that's what this organization does. It does everything it can to fulfill a child's wish. And I've donated ever since because I got to live it. And it was a very amazing experience. Obviously, I'm still emotional when I think about it, but it was just wonderful.
Wow, Marci. Wow. Wow.
Bill left to go get that recipe again.
I scared him away. I also do junior achievement because it helps teach financial literacy and entrepreneurship to kids, which a lot of times the way our schools have refined how they teach things, that gets dropped in the curriculum. And I've been volunteering for them for over 20 years. I teach all the different grades. Some of you may have heard of them in the past too, because they also do a program where in high schools they will actually let the kids start a company and run it and try to make money and all that kind of stuff. So they get real world experience through that program. And it's morphed into a lot of things. They're exploring AI and all kinds of things. So that's another one that I love. As far as what I'm blessed for, I am really blessed that my parents are still with me. And miracle of miracles, my mom had a heart attack 2.5 weeks ago. And Cathy, I haven't had a chance to tell you this. She had the cardiologist appointment. Her echocardiogram and tests are all back to the same level prior to the heart attack. We have no idea how that could be.
Marci.
The cardiologist, I was on the phone, so this is not just Dad telling me this. The cardiologist said it's a miracle. He saw the echo from the heart attack and he saw the one he did today. And he says, I can't explain this.
Wow.
So I believe we've had another miracle. I told Mom that she's a cat and she has 9 lives because that's her third one.
That is amazing.
We've nearly lost her 3 times. In fact, the one time we were told to call the priest and get last rites, and she came back. And
oh, Marci.
So today's been a blessing. That's why I'm a little emotional today, because I got that news at 1 o'clock this afternoon. I was on the call with the cardiologist, and we were expecting to have the conversation about stents or whatnot. And instead, the cardiologist said, we're adding one more medication to keep her stable, and we're not doing anything different.
Wow.
That's
and
amazing.
I hung up and cried for 20 minutes, but tears of joy.
What a holiday you are going to have this year, ma'am.
Yeah, they're coming to my house. That's why I'm doing all the cooking and cleaning.
Oh, good. Oh, Marci, I'm so happy for you guys. That's phenomenal. Wow. Wow.
Ooh, the recipe.
All right, Bill, what did you find? Ooh, a handwritten one.
Yeah, no, there's a backside to it, and I'm waiting for it to come. I just emailed it. I knew I saw this.
This is called Yummy Dessert. Okay.
No, I just put it, Bill, I didn't know what
dessert.
your name was. That was my placeholder.
You are psychic.
Oh, seriously. Oh, I'm looking at I seriously
Daddy's
put
dessert,
in
yummy dessert.
Oh my word, Bill, that's too funny. I really put that in as a placeholder because I didn't know the name.
That's funny.
That is too funny.
Yeah, I've got the backside. It didn't show up. Oh, there it is. It just showed up. Let me put that in too. Yeah, who knows how old this
I
this
love the
handwritten card
handwritten.
is. Who knows how old it is?
I love the handwritten stuff.
Yeah, this has been around since I was a little kid.
Aww.
Let me gonna rotate it. Okay.
The handwritten ones are the nicest.
Yeah, if you can read the handwriting. That's the catch. Okay.
May become lost in translation.
Patty's dessert.
Oh wait, I grabbed the wrong one.
Uh-oh.
No, that's the right dessert. I mean, I grabbed the front again. I meant that's the wrong one. Maybe I scanned it wrong. I didn't think I did.
Pigs.
Hang on a second.
I love the postcard. It's like, Noah's Ark. With all the animals.
I'm thankful that the kitty cat that I told you at the very beginning of this, pumpkin kitty, I just went out because I give to that Humane Society of Huron Valley. The kitty is gone from the website.
That means somebody took them. Oh,
either their owner, because the kitty cat was they said it was 8 years old. It was a great shaped kitty.
Oh, I hope the owner saw it.
Super lovely. That's why we took it, because they're I can't find anything. So I went out and I'm because I was going to send you the picture, but I was thankful that I got to meet a new kitty cat. The kitty cat's gone. So we have to call tomorrow and find out.
Oh my goodness.
That would be so awesome.
You didn't name it Pumpkin?
I kind of did because it looked like a pumpkin kitty.
Pumpkin.
It had a
When
bunch
did
of
you take it to the
orange.
Humane Society?
Pardon me?
When did you take it in?
We took it in on Saturday to the Humane Society
Oh,
and
Then
Gone
put a,
already.
put a hold
then I
on it.
think they definitely found, yeah, they must have definitely found the owners because I know they hold it for like a bit of time
that's
just
so
in case the
Right.
cool.
owner comes looking for it.
I
So
know
that's awesome.
because we said like call us, like we want to be contacted if the cat's there. You're right because he was trying to work family members over to like adopt this cat. It was the most loving kitty cat, like in the ride over, no meows, just sat there, let me pet its belly, just like a sublime kitty cat. But it
Aw,
it was pumpkin because it was like orange and white. It was very, very cute.
aw. That was
So
meant to
good
be.
news. I'm thankful that the kitty
Yay.
cat has a new home or found its home.
Aw.
Yeah. So it was definitely not an outdoor kitty. So this is great news. And I'm also thankful for the food gatherers. We have one right down the street on Carrot Lane, and they are part of Feeding America. And so they locally, it's in our area plus like other areas, but they have in front of it, Ann Arbor does gardens. Like I grew for the last couple of years in a community garden, which means like you pay for a plot. People have access to your garden. You're lucky if you have veggies, but they always ask, especially like the food gatherers, that you give like 10-15% of what you grow to them so that they can give to people.
Oh, nice.
So you get to use their garden, grow things, and you see their food around town. So that's another one too, because it's locally people that you see everywhere, elderly or whatnot, are getting food from local people.
So you picked a very apropos background there, Steph.
Yes, yes,
So
exactly. That's why when I saw it, I'm like, yes, it is
Uh-huh.
about the
The
bountiful things in our life,
bounty.
right? We have so many things to be thankful for. I think about work and people at work are unhappy or happy. And I think, you know what? I have a job, I have food. What
Mhm.
you can do is help other people at least have some food and some shelter and some things like that, human or animal or otherwise. So that is what I'm thankful for, that I could, that we can do that for people.
We have a group that has they are an art gallery that used to allow us to host our annual benefit inside their gallery, and that's where we did it for the first 4 years, but we quickly outgrew their space. But rather than just saying see ya, they continued doing all of our print work for us for our gala, from invitations to signage to everything. So it's phenomenal. I mean, when you look at what you'd have to pay if you went to a real print shop, they saved us a ton of money, and they did beautiful work. Absolutely. I mean, we gave them the files and they printed it. So we did all the graphics work, but the end result was just gorgeous. So over the years, we've continued, working with them, and their founder started a foundation, um, trying to, like a couple of you guys have talked about, taking care of um, kids once they age out of the foster system, rather than just booting them, saying, okay,
Right.
you're 18, good luck. They created basically a store in one of their outbuildings, and they take donations. So when college kids are done with college and they have the dorm furniture and all the stuff, the small little
Mhm.
kitchenettes, all that stuff that they're not gonna use. Um, People donate that kind of stuff, and it's kind of like a mini. Think of it as a mini Salvation Army kind of concept. So you
Okay.
have everything from kitchen to clothing to housewares to small furniture. But they work with with a group that helps the kids that are aging out, and they let them come into this quote unquote store, and they can really just shop for nothing, and get the kind of stuff that they want. So you'll have young single moms, that have little kids and they just don't have the means to really set up an apartment, but they can come to this, store, if you will, and pick what they want. So it gives them a bit of selection, so they're not taking whatever is put in a nice box on their front porch. They actually get to pick and choose what they want. So we've been helping them. They try to fill Christmas wish lists for all the individuals and the young families that are associated with their foundation. So we get to go Christmas shopping and fill wish lists. And I tell you, since my kids are 31 and 28, they don't want anything. And if they want something, they have really good jobs. They go out and buy it. So I don't know what to do for my kids for Christmas. So now we take in, it's kind of like adopting a family kind of thing. And I tell you, last year I had a hoot. So this year, my goal is to not be so selfish and to share the fun, at least of all the wrapping. But that's a fun thing we've been doing the last few years. And then in COVID, I don't know, I think I talked about this one time with you guys, the cookies for caregivers.
Yeah.
So we have one in Michigan. I believe there's a couple in Kentucky. Marci, I keep forgetting to look in Illinois if there's one
I was
near
going to
you.
look it up because you jogged my memory to look it up again.
Yeah. So we haven't gotten back into it. We stopped, I think, like April. Summer gets kind of hard because everybody's out. And when you leave cookies on the person's front porch that's collecting all of them in the middle of summer, sometimes it's not pretty. A little too hot sometimes, but that's been a fun thing. I've really enjoyed being part of the Cookies for Caregivers. Just started by two dads who had a cookie competition during COVID, and they kept baking, and they had so many cookies. They would give them to their friends and families, and then finally somebody said, "Hey, let's go take them down to the police department or the fire department," and voila, there was Cookies for Caregivers, and now it's all across the United States. Kind of cool.
Yeah, that is. So, Cathy, we got the rest of Bill's.
Yes, I just saw. I'm putting it in.
1 cup of Dream Whip, 2 cream cheese, 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, 2 packets of instant chocolate pudding.
It goes like, I can't even tell you how fast everybody runs and it just gets gobbled down. There's never any left.
Try this.
I can imagine that. And I like the last sentence there is sprinkle with nuts.
So good.
Just cause.
Yeah.
Dream Whip. Oh my word.
So Gina, you want to contribute? And what are you thankful for, and how do you give back?
I'm thankful. I'm just thankful that, I'm here. Now, life happens sometimes and gets pretty rough, and sometimes you got to fight to get out of the things that you're in, and you just got to be thankful for where you are at the time you're in now. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Amen.
Without getting into
approach.
Stupid details.
Hi, this is Olivia. I'm a
and
processor with our approval.
One thing that I do to give back
you may pre-qualify
is sorry, somebody's like got a voicemail coming through or something. So my nieces and I don't have any kids, but my nieces and nephews, I have 10 of them, and they're all like in their 20s. And they're at a point where it's like, anything I give them for Christmas is going to be like a gift card or something stupid. So I decided 2 years ago that one thing I'm going to do, because no matter what I get them, it's not going to be like anything big. So I've decided that every time I get them a gift, it's a gift that gives back. So like, for example, this year I found a really cool site, Thistle Farms, that a lot of their products are made from women throughout the world who are survivors of human trafficking. And so when you're buying from them, you're actually buying their stuff and giving them that income. So all the females of the family, I'm getting something from there to help support like the women of human trafficking. Um, and then so like for the guys, I found like my one nephew really likes cookies, and there's a cookie dough company called Dope, that like 10% of their proceeds go to help fight hunger. And then the other one really likes pancakes, and I think it's Williams Sonoma. I forget because I already ordered it, but they have a pancake mix that goes to help, like 25% of it gives back to kids who need help. So that's kind of one thing that I do every year now is like, I'm not going to buy them just a gift. I mean, I'll still give them like $50 or something, but I want them to have a gift that gives something back to other people. So.
I really love
Gina, that's cool. That's cool. Gina, there's the organization I work with we just had this event. It was called the Alternative Christmas Fair. It's held at a church, and the church opens its doors to anywhere from 30 to 50 every year, different organizations. They're all nonprofits. They can be local, they could be statewide, they could be national, international. And it's the same idea. So I love shopping at this alternative Christmas fair because everything you buy is going to go to help a specific cause, and you can help, you can pick and choose. And it's really just really cool but what you're doing is you're instilling that give back mentality, if that's not a bad word, to your nieces and nephews. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very, very cool, Gina. And I bet you find some really cool stuff out there too.
Yeah, it is like I found some really cool stuff. Like I didn't know there was a cookie dough thing that gives back. And like last year for my brother, I actually got him Tom Hanks coffee. I didn't know Tom Hanks made a coffee brand.
Had coffee.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's actually really cool because he gives 100% of his profits. He gives back to, I think it's Wounded Warriors or one of the military organizations. So it's not even like a percentage; it's 100% of the profits from that coffee he gives back to the military spouses or something. And it's pretty good coffee. I forget what it's called, and my brother's military, so that's why I gave him that last year.
So, Bill, did you want to say anything about what you're thankful for or how you give back to?
Yes, absolutely. I am thankful for everything. I'm thankful that everyone in my family is healthy. And that everyone's jobs are doing well. My parents are doing okay. Everyone in my extended family is doing relatively well. I'm very thankful that at least no one I know directly nobody's really hurting in any way, or sick. I'm thankful that there's a lot of great things going on. Thankful for that I work for a great company that I know that they give back. They are legitimately a great company. I've been there over 2 years now, and I can tell you for a fact it's not just window dressing. They are legitimately awesome company. So I'm grateful, and they're very charitable as well, especially in the Cincinnati area. They're very charitable, but so yeah, I mean, I have got nothing to not be thankful for. So that I'm thankful for that. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for the IIBA. I'm thankful for the Bluegrass. I'm thankful that I know so many people that have a passion for business analysis. including my own son, who has a passion for it and getting ready to sit for his ECBA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He
So,
does?
yeah.
Oh, good.
And he wants to now also do possibly the CBDA. And I'm thankful that we've got another one of these classes coming up because we get to do the great exercise of figuring out who's going to win the Kentucky Derby. So, and
Super fun.
we've got good ideas this year about making it better. But yeah, and so what do I do to give back? I donate to different charities. Um, I try to do it anonymously because I don't need any credit for it. Uh, and you know what we used to do, and I think back about this was fun when I was younger and I lived in Chicago. We would get on 94 at the tollway, and well, actually, it was 294, but we'd get on 294 and you drive up to the toll booth and you'd pay the toll for like the next five people behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And we
cool.
always thought that was so much fun because, you get a thrill out of it. And you know that you're just totally making someone's day. We would do that typically on Thanksgiving. But it's all about just giving back and uh, I mean, that's really just being a human being and enjoying your time with other human beings. So that's all I gotta say
So I
about
would
that.
bet
Outstanding.
be really thankful for the person that helped you get that job.
Yes, and there you go. Someone that tuned me in on it, keyed me in
So,
on
moving along in that, you can see our event for today, our big activity for the day is going to be playing Kahoot.
Woo.
So,
It's almost 9.
Yeah,
Aaron.
I gotta drop at 9
how close to 9 are we? Oh,
10
minutes.
Like
10 till.
close.
Do you want to
Yeah,
play any at all, or
I'm
we
gonna
could do a
pass.
round or two?
Okay, let's do a round. Come on.
How's
We can do
how
it. One
has
round.
everybody played Kahoot?
Yes.
Yes.
So you know how to play it and everything and all of that. So you need a second browser. That can be your smartphone. Um, so get your second browser. We will be showing you the questions here in this browser, and then you answer in your second browser.
As quickly as you can, because time counts.
Yes, the faster you answer, the more points you get. So there's the pin to enter the game.
37080.
39.
It's just Kahoot.com, right?
Kahoot.it.
Kahoot.it.
Ah.
Oh, I'm a duck.
I'm a
liking those
tiger.
glasses. I am a duck.
I don't know why it's showing the PIN code from me entering it. That's just bizarre. I told you I have a gremlin in every device I have.
It looks like I got everybody a nice pin code there.
How did it do that? I don't understand.
WWP, I guess I know who that is. Me,
Yeah.
all right. So let's get going since we're short on time. So if you haven't guessed, this one's going to be all about Thanksgiving.
I can't see.
Can't see?
Well, can you see the answers?
Ah.
It's Tom Turkey.
Tom Turkey.
It just showed me the shapes.
I gave this in my talk.
Yes.
Were we
Oh,
listening?
look who's at the top. Number, 370-8039. I guess we're not going to forget the pin to this game.
Oh.
1621 is actually when the Pilgrims and the Indians got together.
Remember, I said 1621 and then 1623.
You guys know this stuff. What is this?
Man, everybody was listening to Marci.
Woo woo!
Oh, I guess Marci moved.
I couldn't remember that one. I knew it was either 2, 3, or 4, but I couldn't remember which one.
So me makes the lead, and she's on fire.
That's not what I had in my research.
No.
Oh man, where's Marci's answer?
Washington, D.C., right?
I was wrong.
I had to think through my timeline.
Yeah,
but I would have thought they would have put New York in there. But anyway.
Hey, what an idea. Yeah, Connecticut, believe it or not. All right, me, did you look up the answers?
I did not. Oh no.
1776.
Oh.
I'm not sure I paid attention on this one. Ah.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Boy.
That was remember during World War II and them trying to get you to...
I suck. Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm between two answers on that one, and I think I hit
what
the
was
wrong.
It was England to the U.S., right?
Yep.
Took 66 days. 2 months.
Yeah, they didn't have all the engines like we do now.
What is? Where's that spork?
Oh.
Sticks. I like sticks.
Oh,
they actually had forks.
They did have.
Not forks, spoons, and knives, but they had forks.
But it says, did they not use? So they did not use forks?
They did.
Yeah, it said not.
It said not.
It said not.
Yeah, that's my argument.
Okay.
It said not.
Yeah.
So they didn't use forks.
Because I put not all three.
I did too.
All right.
Everybody better get this one.
The one that's broke.
And it's not called the Thanksgiving Football Day Parade.
Football Day.
Santa Claus Arrival Parade.
It is all of those things, though.
Oh, I know that one. I know that one. All right, I'm waiting.
I worked retail for 20 years. I know that one.
Me too.
The question is,
I guess we all knew it, didn't we?
What
Who
does
has
it
the best
represent?
internet on their phone?
Yeah, mine's delaying. That's the problem. I've got them all answered, but I'm not quick enough.
Yeah, I got a protector over mine, so I just keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it until it finally takes the thing. I don't have a clock in front of me because all my clocks are covered up. So we good or
7:57. I'm gonna have to drop in a minute. So
yeah,
we got time to do a couple more.
Yep.
Oh.
What did Snoopy serve for Thanksgiving?
I remember this. Yes.
You guys knew that?
Yes.
Popcorn.
Oh, come on.
I
Look at
watched that show
look at our
repeatedly for
general
years
age.
as a kid.
I forgot.
Look at how old we are, Aaron.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
scary.
Marci, but you remember?
It
Yeah,
wasn't
I
even a
remember when you see it
second
every year
guess.
with your parents. Yeah, you remember. Didn't help me any
Still
though. It
watch
didn't
it.
move me up.
Oh,
Do you know what a baby turkey is called?
No, I'm guessing.
goblin. I'm going for goblin.
One for goblin.
Probably.
I like that. Oh, is it really? Poult?
Oh,
I had no
Called a
clue.
Hey,
poult.
wait! I said chick, and it said I was wrong.
It
No,
is
the
It
answer
is
is
because
poult.
it's poult. I've never heard of poult.
I have never heard of
Either.
that.
So
I was guessing it was that because it was obscure, but I didn't put that one down.
Oh, it was
But-
Paul.
That's like taking an IIBA quiz. Choose
Yep.
the one that makes no sense.
I don't know if chick, is that a baby chicken?
Yes.
And I don't think you get to win, Super BA. You
Yeah.
created this.
And then
So-
kid is a
That's
baby
right.
goat.
I'm calling him out.
Goblin is probably in there just to throw you off.
I do have to drop though. I'm sorry, but I have a call coming in. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and I'll see you the
You
next
too.
time.
Take care.
Happy
Hey,
Thanksgiving.
you. See you, Marci.
I'm gonna
Bye.
go with
16th, 17th, 18th, or 19th?
Oh man,
Mm.
take too long. What is? Oh, I was gonna hit that one, and I waited too long.
I stink at this game.
I don't
right.
go fast enough.
Yeah, I gotta drop too, guys.
All righty.
I
Well,
will
Alrighty.
catch you
wrap up.
later. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Catch you guys later.
See ya, Val.
Yeah, we all know that one, huh?
Woohoo.
Yeah.
I hope so.
And this one.
That one should be easy.
Super Bay still in the lead.
Well, all of our Canada people left.
Did all the Canadian Canada people leave? Yeah, Leanne and Beverly were from Canada.
Cathy's back in the game.
Man. Aw. We talked about these.
Candied strawberries, yes. Apple pie.
We should know the cranberry sauce. Cathy gave us the recipe earlier.
I know.
She just juiced it up with some Jello and
My
stuff.
phone won't work, so
I know. It's like, who has the fastest carrier here?
obviously not Verizon.
4 answers in a row.
Ah.
There's apple pie again. I
Apple
like
pie.
the chocolate cream pie. How about that?
Yeah. Tina, I like your cat.
Yeah. Also appropriately
It's
named
not.
pumpkin.
Sri Lanka.
Oh, I have no idea on this one.
Sri
I have no-
Lanka,
Oh,
Canada.
Australia does not.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
know. Wow.
I was close.
What, New
You
Zealand?
said New Zealand.
I mean, it's close to Australia.
That is true.
What vegetable was not served? See there, I had to pound my screen again.
Oh, that didn't give me much.
Really?
How
Potatoes,
is
and
that
nobody
possible?
got it.
Wow.
Really?
They
They
didn't bring
did not
potatoes with
serve
them?
potatoes.
That's
But yeah, I
crazy.
think back in those days, spinach, beans, and carrots were probably very, you
How
know,
do they have
available.
spinach and
How
not
could you have
potatoes?
spinach? It wilt. A potato keeps forever or for a long
Right.
time.
Forever.
All right. Well, Aaron won.
That last
Oh,
question,
last one.
Oh,
Oh, good Lord.
Urchin Dinks Fest.
Best. All right, I'm just going with
I don't know. I
How do
guess.
you know that's me?
I picked Donk as Germany. It sounded like it would be a
so
German
did I.
thing.
There you go.
Like,
Yay, Gina.
it's me. It's
And
me. I
me.
won. I
Look,
won.
it's me. We can all say it's me. We all
Yes,
won.
exactly. Awesome. That was fun, Aaron.
Oh, that was cool, Aaron.
You like that?
That was fun.
I did. I did.
Okay. Well, sorry we kept you so far behind our regular time and everything. So, Gina, thank you for hanging in with us.
Yeah, this is
Hope
fun.
you really enjoyed this event. This is what it's like all the time, a lot of chat, sharing of the recipes, and all of that. So, hope you really enjoyed it and come back to the next one. Oh yeah, that's
January.
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 So we'll put that in the email going out too.
Yeah. Well, it was fun.
Yeah,
It
this
was
is
fun
nice.
hanging out. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Absolutely. You guys have a
Happy
great
Thanksgiving.
week, great time with your families. Aaron, as soon as I get Gina, send me that brown butter chai cookie recipe and I will include that.
So in the chat is the link to the January event. It'll be January 21st, and we will be celebrating New Year's.
Brand new
So
year.
21st, I think, is a Tuesday. Wasn't that what
Okay,
ladies?
Aaron, my challenge for you is we need to have a balloon drop background. Like
Drop?
literally balloons dropping.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we make an animated drop background?
I don't know
Can we
about
do that?
animated.
I don't know
You
if we
would
can do
need
that.
a GIF instead of, an image file.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Well,
would be
I
fun, though.
registered for New Year's, so I'd like to think that I beat Marci. We shall see.
Ooh,
She will be crushed. So
Gina,
if I did beat her,
Marci
don't
does
tell
it
her.
every time. Yeah.
I know she always is first.
Marci does it before the meeting's over.
She probably
We're
already
like,
did it.
what?
She probably already did.
Did we lose Marci?
Probably. Marci's gone.
You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Take
Hey,
care. I had a blast.
Thank you all.
absolutely.
Take care.
Thanks so much.
Have a
Bye.
We'll
great,
see you guys.
great
Bye.
week. Have
Thanks.
a happy Thanksgiving.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.